Very good. Thank you. If you have a question for Mike Pegues, go ahead, use the raise hand tool. And we will start off first with Brett Dawson. Go ahead, Brett.
Yeah, Mike, you've talked about Sid's defense as being really key to him staying on the floor for longer stretches. And I wonder, he's kind of an old school guy offensively, just a big low post space eater. He can't guard a lot of guys like that because there aren't a lot of guys like that. So how much has his adjustment just been learning, where he's got to be in a pick and roll coverage, how to handle a switch, that kind of stuff?
Yeah, it's been a really big adjustment, for Sid in that regard. As you mentioned, so many big guys in our league and in this, time frame aren't just traditional big guys the way he is offensively. He didn't experience that the other night with Walton, who gave him some issues from behind the three and made 4 threes coincidentally. But I thought he did a good job. I thought he did a better job. I thought he was more aware. He has to do a better job of closing out and being able to take away a rhythm three, chop his feet and still be in a stance and not go for it, not leave his feet and go for a shot fake and allow a guy to go around him. He's going to get a heavy dosage of that as well, even more so from Keve Aluma, who's one of the more skilled big guys in our conference. He can get the job done from behind the arc. He can drive the ball. He helps facilitate Virginia Tech's offense. He can score inside. He's a tough cover for anybody, but he'll certainly be a tough cover for Sid because he's so unique in that regard.
And one follow-up on that, Mike, how's his conditioning changed over the course of the year, and how important is that to the kinds of things he's asked to do now defensively?
Yeah, I mean, Sid doesn't have the performance that he had against Wake Forest, albeit in a loss. He doesn't make some of the plays that he was able to make and has made throughout the season if he doesn't, buy into getting in great shape. He came in the summer at 300 pounds, I believe. Early on we had a bet that, to see who could lose weight the fastest. I lost, just so you know. But he went from 300 down to 260, in a matter of months. So he really invested in Coach Kettler deserves a lot of credit for that. Our strength coach of helping him. Tiffany White, our nutritionist, she also deserves a lot of credit. They stayed on top of Sid, and at the end of the day, Sid did the work, and because he's in better shape, he's afforded himself to be able to play the way that he played against Wake Forest.
You want to reveal how many pounds you lost?
Yeah, not many.
Mike Barber, go ahead.
Hey, good afternoon, Coach. As you look at this Virginia Tech team, one of the things that has maybe helped transform them here in the back half of the season is the emergence of their bench, guys like Maddox and Padula. How important do you think that has been to them?
Yeah, I mean, you can't win this league with 5 guys. You can't be competitive in this league with 5 guys. You have to get some production from your bench, and they've certainly got a lot of production from their bench. Darius Maddox is a kid that I'm familiar with, being from the D.C. area. I actually recruited him out of St. John's High School before he went to Oak Hill for his last year. He's always been a prolific scorer and a guy that can really shoot the ball. He didn't play much as a freshman, so it's awesome to see him get an opportunity and take advantage of it. I'm not as familiar with Madula, but just watching him on tape, he's going to have a great career as a freshman. Some of the things that he's doing. And so those 2 guys and Kassan as well, they've really given Virginia Tech even more of a punch off the bench. And obviously their starters give you a lot to deal with. So, they have a really good team. They play about 8 guys that can all, hurt you in one way or the other.
And I know this is a little bit of a look ahead, but in your time there, you guys have traditionally ended with UVA. That's been a team that's obviously had Louisville's number for a little while here. Is that something that's pretty in your guys' mind when you take the floor against UVA, that the streak and things like that?
I would hope not. Right now, I hope our guys are focused on having a great practice today and preparing ourselves to go down to Virginia Tech and compete and have a chance to win. And then we'll get to UVA when we, in a few days here. But when we take the floor, I would hope that our guys are just focused on finding a way to beat UVA this year. The history and, a lot of those guys didn't have anything to do with that. We have so many newcomers anyway. So for guys who have been here, I would hope that they're focused on the task at hand.
Thank you.
Mark Berman, go ahead.
Good morning. As far as what you need to do to win this game in Blacksburg tomorrow, when you look back and say your recent win over Clemson, what did you feel you did pretty well in that game? You maybe want to bottle it and recapture it in Blacksburg tomorrow.
Yeah, I thought we did a good job of getting out in transition. I thought we had a lot of paint touches on offense, which created some opportunities, some higher percentage shots for us. Obviously PJ Hall goes down, but I thought that we got key stops when we needed to, and we strung some what we call kills together. Unfortunately, we haven't killed a kill is 3 stops in a row, and we have not over the course of ACC play. We have not got enough of those, and when you can get stop after stop after stop, and those kills start to add up, and you can get 7 or more. Generally, you give yourself a chance to win. And unfortunately, we have not done that enough. But I thought that we did that to an extent against Clemson. It gave us a chance to be in the game and to win the game. And again, like I said on offense, once you get stops, it puts you in a position where you can get up the floor, you can get out in transition, you can get some paint touches, and we need to do more of that when we come down on Tuesday.
Thank you.
Michael McCammon, go ahead.
Hey, Mike, in your effort to find 5 guys that are committed for 40 minutes in the last game, a few guys didn't see the floor much, most notably Malik, Jalen. Since then, have you seen a positive reaction to kind of give you hope that, okay, maybe they'll be a little bit more committed moving forward to this next game?
Yeah, I certainly hope so. I've met with both guys. I had a quick draw on them in the Wake Forest game for my own reasons that I won't get into, but I would like to think that both guys are going to come out today and really get after it in practice and put themselves in a position where they could play and impact the game and help us win on Tuesday. We didn't do much yesterday, so they didn't have that opportunity, but just in my meetings with them, I thought that they did well enough to get those guys in the right frame of mind to come out today and practice well.
Take one final question from David Teal. Go ahead, David.
Mike, is there a primary lesson or two that you will take from the past few weeks, just about the entire experience of moving over a seat on the bench?
Oh, there'll be a ton of lessons that I take from this, David. I've learned a lot in a short amount of time. Going back to the first 6 games, I actually journaled the first 6 games, those 23 days. I had notes on how my day went. That was some advice that I got from Shaka Smart. Unfortunately, with the suddenness of the transition when Coach Mack stepped aside, I wasn't able to do that. And quite honestly, I don't have as much time for whatever reason to do it now. But I've mentally taken a lot of notes, and I'll take a lot of things, a lot of lessons that I've learned about myself, about culture and the importance of establishing a strong foundation, and a ton of different things. Too much for me to get into at this point at the end of the call, but I've learned a lot, and hopefully, this experience will allow me to grow and eventually become a far better head coach.
Thank you.
Mike, thank you for the time today and all through the season. We appreciate it.
All right. Thank you.